Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Lovely people in the chat right now. Thank you. My name is Fabian. Rockets and Pens. I am your storyteller for this evening, and you are watching Madness Over Manila. Just a few housekeeping things. You can meet us after the break for Bad House announcements. And this is the first episode. There might be things that they might need help with, or they may not be. So we'll see. But if you do want to help our wonderful Kindred over here during the game, you can help them out through tipping or spending your channel points. I know you guys are returning viewers, so you might have some. Oh, look at that! Somebody, Joe, you have a reroll. So yeah, if you've saved up enough, you can use those for rerolls. But if you want to give us a little bit of help for the channel, for our players, you can get $10 grants a reroll for your desired player. This will let them reroll either a rouse check or a ability check, only non-hunger dice. And then you can also donate $20 to give our players, a player of your choice, a flashback, which means they can go back in time, tell me what they did beforehand, and solve a problem in the present. Usual content warnings for the show can be found by typing !CW. We're going to do that right now just so you have an idea of what our content warnings are. But verbally, let me tell you, as a reminder, our show may feature and cover dark and heavy themes discussed and agreed upon by the cast in previous session zeros. Examples of such are religious trauma, power dynamics, loss of autonomy, needles, medical procedures, colorism, drug abuse, ableism, extortion, neocolonialism, colorism, and light depictions of gore. If at any point you feel that you need to step away, we understand and encourage you take care of yourselves. As much as we would love to entertain you guys, we want to make sure that you guys feel safe and comfortable as well. You can always come back. The VOD will be ready after the show. That being said, I'm not going to dilly-dally. You guys must be bored of my voice. Let me introduce our Kindred. Starting with Erica.
Hi, I'm Erica. My pronouns are she, her. You can find me across all social media at AStylePixie. My character, I am playing Emily Bautista, she, her pronouns, and she is a little baby fledgling.
Hell yeah. Josephine.
Hello everyone, it's Josephine at Scary Dog Friend. I will be playing Sunny. Pronouns any, all.
And last but not least, Toffee.
What up? What up? My name is Toffee, but my real name, oh shit, we're doing it. My real name is Reedon. And yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Toffee Plays. And pronouns are he, him. And tonight I'm playing Benji Suarez. Pronouns also he, him. So
amazing.
Let's have fun.
If you've been following our social media, you know we have 4 Kindred in our coterie. Unfortunately, we are not going to be able to have Alyssa. Hopefully they have safe travels. We will have them again next week. That being said, let us start our Chronicle, Madness Over Manila. Church bells echo on the streets of Quiapo. As people go about their day, kids gather around fishbowl carts as classes let out. People do their last-minute haggling as they attempt to deal with market vendors as the day ends, just to get a little extra before they go home. The heat of the jeepney pipes bake the commuters heading home after a hard day's work. As the sun sets, the streets shed their innocence. In a different part of Manila, neon lights come alive as various subcultures gather. Some to create songs that lament unrequited love, Some to find a moment of intimacy on the dance floor. Some to create life for themselves through industries brought from the West in search of cheap labor. But that's not about what our story is about tonight. Story started about 400 or so years ago. Monsters from the West sought to conquer and subdue. Along with them came the Camarilla, kindred who favor their own traditions and disregard what has come before them. While the land traded one colonizer for another due to circumstance, the Camarilla held their power uncontested. Now, it's 2008. The native kindred have had enough. This is the story of their revolt. Let me just set the mood a little bit here. It is a warm night. Around, I would say, third quarter of the year. Cars still trying to get home, stuck in rush hour. Their horns, the engines, echo on the hard stone concrete walls of each building that sandwich them on like each street and freeway. We zoom into an abandoned theater. In this theater is the home of another predator. This predator is named Sunny. Sunny, please describe your character.
Sunny Ju is a sort of platinum blonde cryptid, muscular, although not too tall, not particularly that big. When you look at them a little bit closer is when they start to seem a little bit more interesting, have a little bit more going on for them appearance-wise. Notably, the sunglasses that seem to hide whatever expression that they hide in their eyes. A mischievous smile, sort of always happening even at the wrong time. And a couple other secrets that are shown once you get more familiar with their hands.
Sunny, tonight you rouse awake and to a hunger pang in your stomach and to your chagrin. You hear below a few floors down from this abandoned cinema. What's up, guys? So I'm here right now at this abandoned theater. Manila is known for, back in at least the 70s, for their raunchy theaters that show flicks that show a little bit more skin than anything. You know how it was. Remember New York back in the 70s? It wasn't so different here. So now we're going to explore one of these abandoned theaters and see what we can find. And this stranger, not new to you, walks in to your lair. Their footsteps crunch with some broken glass and gravel. Make me the first roll of the night. Make me a wits and awareness. I would say the difficulty is going to be 3.
That's going to be 3 successes.
3 successes. They're alone.
Very good.
Yep. And he continues with his spiel. The air kind of smells stale. But yeah, I'm just gonna truck through. You know me, I'm Sea Delver. My last trip in Thailand was not so great, a little boring. Hopefully we can see something a little bit more exciting tonight. And they keep going deeper and deeper into the theater. What do?
Well, I can't have unexpected visitors in my home. And in general, this is a visitor that no one really needs anymore. I'm going to stalk after them.
Okay. Can you roll me dexterity and stealth, please? Your difficulty is... You need to beat a 2.
I'll take half.
Okay. Easily. You get to the second floor of the theater. They're rummaging through a bunch of seats, seeing what they can find. You see the silver screen, now half ripped, but still hanging in front of the audience. He can't see you. You stalk your prey quite easily. Please describe to me how you feed.
I jump from wherever I've decided to climb from. I don't make it quiet. Loudly, I sort of stomp behind this person. How do they react at the loud noise?
Well, before anything, to describe your victim, it's dirty blonde hair fills his head. Around his age is around maybe 23 and 24. He is wearing a backpack, cargo shorts, and a tank top. You see a bunch of tattoos littering on his left arm, which maybe if you spoke Chinese would understand what it was. Maybe it doesn't mean anything at all. You're not quite sure. And as soon as you pounce, he drops his camera and lets out a whelp. A cowardly whelp that barely comes out of his mouth.
As I come down, I grab the back of his head.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't see me smile, but I smile at him as I fix his body to the ground. And Sunny says, "Let us bow our heads in prayer."
Wait, what the? I'll give you money. What the fuck, man? What are you doing?
And I sink my teeth in.
And with a crunch, you sink your teeth into them. I want to ask, how much do you drain from?
Not enough to kill.
Okay.
Just enough.
All right. You see littered on the floor, blaring light fixed on you. You've heard about things before from your sire. Cameras, not a good thing. Any form of witness, not a good thing.
I'm gonna take all the equipment that he has, as well as any paper money, anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just like a long stride of Sunny and like this like stolen backpack of the goods on this vlogger. And we sort of see this lit altar of stolen other camera equipment, ghost readers, and sensors of all that kind. I see there's Bibles and stakes and identification of other people that Sunny has had visit them in attempt to find something that is not there. There's also some porn, but that just was there from the beginning. And I put it down.
Yeah. As you go through to get paper money to tide you over, just because you're kindred doesn't mean that you don't need it. You look through it, a picture of the same man and a woman face you in front of the wallet. But inside, as you're going through, you find about 13,000 pesos, which is roughly at the time around $200 to $230. But nestled within the wallet, you see a bunch of addresses, which by now you're familiar are beer houses, or what we commonly know as just fun houses, to get a little bit of company if you need so. Go about your night. Yeah.
Interesting company.
Go about your night. Roll me wits and awareness again.
Only one success.
Only one success. Without noticing, you hear impressive. But I would have killed anybody who'd step foot in my domain.
It's a good thing it's not your house then, friend.
And as you see your intruder, it's a man smartly dressed, in a polo shirt, gray slacks, very expensive shoes. Surprisingly, through the difficult terrain of your domain, of your haven, quite undisturbed the way that they look. No dust, no creases in their clothes or their shoes. He wears a very expensive timepiece, shines in the darkness, off the reflection of the neon lights outside. Well, you're right there. You don't have anywhere to sit, don't you?
I sort of kick over like one of those crates, plastic,
Like a
bright
plastic beer crate.
Yeah.
Thank you, but I guess I'll stand. I'm so rude. Sorry. My name is Pedro. Just so you know, I mean no harm. We don't need to do the song and dance. I've heard quite a lot about you. Quite aggressive, as they said. And as I saw, quite formidable. And that's the last thing that I want. These clothes are quite expensive. It would be a shame if I were to dirty them. Would you be, how might I say this, interested in joining me and my people for a meeting?
And who might your people be?
Again, keep forgetting. I'm so used to people knowing that I'm coming. I represent the resistance. With the children of the Mayari, would like to invite you, extend an invitation to a meeting tonight. We've already sent word to your, boss? Partner?
Oh,
Lover?
my boss.
Well, we've sent word already. At least. I hope. He looks at his watch. I hope they got to him on time.
Well, if they did or didn't, if he's not there, I won't be.
Well, I've done my work. I do hope that the both of you consider. It's very important. Things are getting crazy here in Manila. We need people like you.
We'll see.
They start to walk away. Is there anything else that Sunny does?
I'm gonna take the however much cash that I have, not only collected from the vlogger, but also just whatever I have, and I make sure to distribute it amongst anybody that I pass by, panhandlers or just like kids asking for cash, just to distribute as
Okay.
much as I have.
Okay. Just roll me let's say survival, and if you have finance.
Absolutely not. 1.
1. You're able to find like one panhandler. You're able to give them the money.
I'll give
that
him all the cash. Yeah.
Profusely. They thank you. And then as the night goes on, we're going to actually move to your boss real quick before we go forward. Benjamin. The scene changes as from a dingy, abandoned cinema, we go to a upscale hospital. The sun just set and you just arrived. It's not a new thing to sign up, kind of confirm your appointment. Today is the day that you have your procedure. In the guise of a dialysis appointment, you're strapped to the chair. The apparatus is strapped to your arm. And basically, this orderly is going to prepare for you. Roll me charisma subterfuge in your contact rating.
Oh man, that's a lot of dice.
It is a lot of
Give me a
dice.
Give me a second here. Four successes.
Okay, with 4 successes, you see another person tries to set you up, but is suddenly stopped. A dapper male nurse stops the other one and says, "I'll handle this. You've been working for a while. Why don't you take a break?" And the guy says, "Hey, whatever. If you want to take this, go ahead." And you're greeted by your contact, Mr. Suarez. Lovely to see you again. Looks around, and he takes a cooler that he has had put aside for you and sets it up. You feel as the machine whirls, you feel the hunger subside. Could you describe to us what you look like?
Sitting in the chair is a young Filipino man with messy, dark brown, black hair, swept off to the side. He is 5'9" and is a lean 135 pounds. He wears an outfit very much similar to this. He loves nothing more than to wear his suits out and about, to the grocery store, to bed, to the hospital. It makes him feel better about himself. Right next to the chair in which he's laying in lays a very opulent cane made of really rich maple wood that, despite him laying down in the chair, he's holding on to it for a bit of comfort as he receives his treatment. He wears glasses, just like the ones that are on my face, and he just looks very young. JJ,
Yes,
why
sir.
were you late?
There was a mix-up in the schedule. We had a new person come in, and it's quite odd. Trying to figure out what's
You told
going
me
on.
yesterday when I was going to come to the hospital at this time at 9:30, I would see you.
I know, and I apologize, and that's why I rushed here. I meant no offense. I wasn't. I didn't mean to do anything to make it mean anything. We have a few new people around the hospital. A new patient. I've heard. So they pulled me to kind of oversee things, but for some reason he never really well, at the very least, he's late. Right now I'm setting you up, so I'm hopefully gonna check on them real quick and I'll be right back, I promise.
Okay, it's just I got worried.
Sir, nothing to worry about. Everything is fine. I got you your treatment, and he kind of looks around. I should be I should be back in about 5 minutes.
How long does this all usually take? I feel it entering into my body already. It's just, when will I know if I've had enough?
Well, I don't really understand how it works either. But normally, after our previous sessions, it takes about an hour for you to go through it. I'd assume that if you took the messier route and we took the bag and you fed directly from it, then it might be quicker. But I don't think that's
No.
what we want.
No. I wore my good shirt today.
I
don't want to get it messy.
You look great today, sir. Look, I really need to attend to this new patient, but I promise I'll be back, and I'll make sure that nobody bothers you. Just give me a moment.
All right.
Your contact JJ stands up and walks out of the room quick. In the crack of the window, you hear a familiar noise, kind of rapping noise from the trees. A hiss comes out. And you see not a dangerous sight, but a familiar one. Can you describe your familiar?
In through the window slithers in a teenage young Samar cobra. Just for mostly visual reference, it's a black body that trails up to yellow specklings up into a golden yellow head. It's Mango.
Mango slithers next to you, and they taste the air, and they come up to your leg and up to your lap.
It's gonna take some while to get used to this, Mango. It's just... You're so cold.
And as they go around your neck to embrace you to feel more secure, you see their head jolt towards the door, and you hear a sudden fall of a body.
I will look to Mango. Are you waiting for me to tell you to do something?
Roll me Animal Ken and Charisma. It's I'd say like 2 successes is all you need.
All failures.
Okay. You do notice that Mango is quite nervous, but you're not sure what is making them nervous. You see the I'm not quite sure what the technical term of the hood of a cobra is, but they're standing at attention, making sure to strike whenever you are in danger. You hear a dragging noise and footsteps as they enter them. You see a woman, short hair, kind of like a hybrid of a really short, tight bob with one side covering their face. Mr. Suarez. Interesting way to feed. And you see they're dragging JJ from behind them.
Don't hurt him.
Oh, no. I won't. I didn't. I made sure. Well, I tried to catch him, but he dropped so quickly that I mistimed my reactions. She sits him over by the couch, unconscious. He's just sleeping. Don't worry. My name's Minerva. She pulls up a chair to you.
I recoil slightly.
She crosses her legs and looks you up and down as to maybe gauge you as a kindred. The blood of a god flows through your veins, and yet you're here, weak, sickly, curious. I've heard rumors, but I didn't know that they would be true. That one of us would be in such a state.
One of us.
She glares her fangs at you. I know you have them too. Surprised you're just not using them. I did overhear you wore a fantastic shirt. You do look quite dapper.
What do you want? Is it just money?
No. Money we have. Well, we could use more, not gonna lie. But what we want is your time. You might have heard things are getting crazy from the Camarilla, and we're trying to do what we can to keep our home. This is your home, correct?
Yeah, it is.
A shame your father passed away. It was, sad news when I read the newspaper.
Yeah? Not for me.
Of course. Well, I'll cut to the chase. The Camarilla are up to something. We have scouts within their ranks, and they're telling us a celebration of sorts will change the landscape of Kindred in Manila. So it's been, maybe not for you, but it's been centuries for us that we had to deal with them. We need your help. We'd like you to join our resistance. Obviously, I'm not going to force an answer out of you here right now, but I would appreciate maybe you hear us out at a meeting tonight in Ortigas.
All right. I don't travel alone, though.
Oh, we know. We've sent word, and I believe, to quote your thrall, wherever you go, they will go.
What time?
In 3 hours. Should give you enough time to feed. Get there.
I'll hear it out. I'm there.
Good. Bring your pet too. And they walk towards JJ. They snap their fingers, and JJ starts to stir awake. They walk out, and only the echoes of the footsteps remain. Do you do anything?
No. I'm just gonna lie there. I'm too unafraid. I am too afraid to take out the needles by myself. This is way too foreign of a practice for me. I don't want to end up messing up, and I don't get to have my full feed, so I'm just going to go ahead and take my cane. And seeing that Minerva left that door open,
Mm-hmm.
I hate it when they don't close the door.
Okay.
All I'm gonna do is just take the end of that, grab it around the handle, and just shut it closed. I just need more rest.
As it closes, JJ stirs. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened. And they kind of like pat themselves and they find something in their chest pocket and they pull it out and it's a piece of paper which says Benji. I think this is for you.
I take it.
And it's the address. Sit there with the address. We're going to move on. For housekeeping's sake, I did forget something. Sunny, can you roll me a d10, please?
Not a
Take your time.
vampire D10. Okay.
Regular d10 will suffice.
2.
2. Okay. So unfortunately, there is no dyscrasia or temperament to this blood that you had earlier. We move on to Makati. At a crowded bar, Erica's character, Emily. Erica, can you describe your character?
Yes. She is about 5'2". Nice. Barely 100 pounds, but she has lean muscle. You can tell she's not necessarily built for strength, but she's not weak by any means. She has dark brown, almost black, shaggy hair. Little emo girl. She's very young, in terms of being a vampire. She has only been, she's 22, but she's only been 22 for a year.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess technically she's 23, but 22 for a year.
22 is completely fine. You're at a regular spot for young adults and fans of music. This bar is situated within a I wouldn't say suburb, but a residential area. But this residence was constructed and made into a music venue and a bar. You see the gravel parking lot. A lot of people are starting to enter. Tickets have been purchased by people. You see the smoke of cigarettes kind of float out from the entrance. And you're there casing around. You haven't fed in a while. You do have a certain proclivity for particular marks in terms of your feeding. You see a guy, long greasy hair. He is wearing a denim vest with a bunch of patches. He all of a sudden got into an altercation with a guy saying some expletives about doing something shady that he made his girlfriend uncomfortable and just to shove off. Roll me wits and awareness, please.
All right.
I need you to get a 3.
Hold on. I'm learning things.
It's completely fine.
Awareness. Is there a second name for that?
No, it's just a skill. So yes. So the attribute you need wits.
I see it.
Exactly.
Okay, let me try this again.
No worries.
There we go. You said difficulty's a 3?
Yes. Are you able to
I
take
got-
half?
I got a 1 success.
You got a 1 success. That's fine.
Okay.
You have the feeling that this guy is just really off. The vibes are bad. You're not sure what he did. You didn't see. But by the crowd of people going around him, definitely they want him gone. He flashes a finger. He just yells out, "Utangin na nyo!" And just like leaves.
I'll follow him, but I'll stick to the shadows.
Okay. If you're sticking to the shadows, please roll me a dexterity and stealth, please.
Is there a difficulty to this?
I would say the difficulty, he's a little buzzed, so difficulty of 2 would be fine.
That was no successes.
Okay, you have no successes. Before we go into a failure, if you want to spend a willpower to re-roll up to 3 non-hunger dice, then you can do that.
Okay, I would like to do that.
Okay. And you can roll up to 3 of the failures.
Okay, I got 2 successes.
Okay, fantastic. You kind of get a little bit too close, and you sense that maybe you need to give him some space. He might be drunk, but he might notice. You follow him without problem. Goes down the street, and you start to notice that bit by bit, there's less and less people around. Less cars. You hear TVs from outside, from inside houses, and he starts to shamble towards a tree. And while he's by that tree, he decides to relieve himself.
Is there an alleyway or something near the tree?
Well, the tree has like a heavy canopy. It's quite... The light is about 5 houses down. So it's kind of... You can... The moonlight still illuminates the street, but it's kind of dim compared to if you were closer to the light. It's right outside like a wall to a residence.
I'll take this opportunity while he is distracted to pounce.
Yeah. While he finishes his business, he kind of like stands there just like a little bit too buzzed, and you pounce. Roll me stamina and stealth.
I got 4 successes.
4 successes. I need to get used to telling you guys what you need, but you only needed like 3. 4 is completely like over what you needed. Please tell me how you feed on this.
I've been keeping my distance a little bit, and I see him get... He puts his guard down as he relieves himself. And as soon as Emily sees that, I'll just start running. Pull him sort of behind the tree. And as quickly and pretty feral.
Mm-hmm.
She just goes straight into it. She pulls his hair back, has him on the ground, and just bites.
Mm-hmm. For this, real quick, and there's no consequence to this, I just for flavor, roll me like dexterity.
Okay. Three.
3? Yeah. Despite it being wild and feral, spotless. Not a drop. No mess, no fuss. How much do you drain this person?
Mm,
The only way...
Enough.
Yeah.
Enough to feel satiated, but I don't think he hasn't done anything that would want her to kill him.
Okay. Your prey exclusion makes it feel like your guts were right. But, like you said, you're not entirely sure what he did, so guess he's lucky. He passes out. You remove yourself from the situation.
I'm gonna take his money, though.
Sure. You take his money, and as you're patting him, you notice he has 2 cell phones. And when you kind of try to unlock, one is like the QB from Naruto on the lock screen, and then the other one is the girl and the guy from the bar.
Like he stole a cell phone?
He did. Then his money, he only has about 200 pesos, which is about maybe $4.
I guess I'll make sure that the stolen cell phone stays on.
Mm-hmm.
So if they need to find it, they can.
Yeah. You leave everything. You start to hear the ringing of the other cell phone buzz. You leave it there. All of a sudden, you notice something. A car. The lights are out, but the motor is running. Not too far from you.
I'm gonna climb the tree.
Okay. Climb the tree easy. The engine dies. And you see somebody come out. It's kind of like a gender fluid kind of person, not sure what their identity is. Very stylish, and they walk towards the tree. Dear, you don't really need to hide from me. I know what you are. I'm the same. Please get down. It's embarrassing.
How was I supposed to know? And she'll just slowly climb down the tree.
You know, I heard you were a youngling. It's my apologies. I don't really know how to approach things, honestly. I'm quite new to this whole thing. But somebody sent me for you.
Who?
Well, his name is Gaspar. Hi, I'm Lily, by the way.
I'm Emily. Who's
I know.
Gaspar?
Gaspar, I keep forgetting you're so young. Gaspar runs things on the non-Camarilla end of things. You know about the Camarilla, right? You hunters knew about this thing. At least you knew when you were one, right?
Yeah, I knew. I know what it is.
Okay, well, yeah, Gaspar is out of that, and there's a meeting, and we're trying to get at most people we can.
For
Well, well, apparently crazy things are happening right now. We're trying to stage a coup of sorts. They've been here for too long. You like killing vampires, right?
Yeah.
So maybe you can lend us a hand. Somebody told me that you might be found around this area, so I was driving around, and I don't want to hang out with the masses. I would have talked to you at that bar, but it's a little grimy for me.
Yeah, it's not the best place, but good for food.
I see that. And they kind of like look at the guy that you were feeding on and kind of gives him a that's good food, okay.
I guess I should have said easy food.
That I can agree with. Look, we know you had conversations and connections with a few people that we've been trying to convince to join us. Heard you used to know this Natalie person,
Mhm.
and some of their friends, and maybe you can help us, convince them to join us, because we really need the help of this one guy.
Yeah, I can talk to Natalie.
Well, Natalie's not the problem. It's more so that uh their acquaintance, this Benjamin person, is.
Oh, I don't know Benji that well. I don't think he likes me very much. Just
Well,
based on, you know.
I know. But hey, at least, we need all hands on deck on this.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'll talk to Sunny.
Well, good that you say that, because I'm actually driving to the meeting place, and they were invited. So if you want to ride, I don't mind giving it to you. I know
Yeah,
it's
that
hard
would
to
be.
trust.
Well, I mean, I don't have a car, so.
Yeah, you don't want to take the bus there and then like get stuck in traffic all the way. Yeah,
No.
darling, come on, let's go.
Okay.
You get in the car. It's this like very posh, like it's a Jaguar.
Oh.
Yeah, a pricey car. And they drive you off. They kind of ask you, so how'd you end up in this predicament anyway? I heard, like, it's not the first hunter get turned situation, but I heard you were like a very slippery one.
Yeah. It was I was scouting, and hunter became the hunted in that moment. It was pretty fucking rough. I don't really like to talk about it.
I'm sorry. I'm just a nosy bitch. All right. I look. Here. And she gives you like an iPod, like stuck into the aux, and is like, play anything you want, and then they start driving.
What do they have on that iPod?
2008 was there was a lot, like there's anything you could imagine is in that iPad. Definitely no metal though. Like they're
Cyndi
very
Lauper.
they're very
Owl
poppy.
City.
Yeah. They have Owl City was the last one that they played. and they start to drive you, and you hit a little bit of traffic. The rest of you all head to the address that was given to you.
I'll point out a
Um,
shortcut.
Okay. You point out a shortcut. They follow your lead. Sunny and Benjamin, however you guys get there, you get there quite on time. And for that, we're going to take our break. Not our first break, but our break. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for announcements. Hopefully you're enjoying our little game here. We'll be right back. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. You're watching Madness Over Manila. My name is Fabian, your storyteller for tonight. We have our characters, Emily, Sunny, and Benjamin, heading towards a meeting. We have pretty much introduced them. Nothing much has happened yet, and we're getting to the meat and potatoes of things. But before that, announcements. Bad House presents Renewal of Red Row. Its penultimate episode is going to be on Friday, October 20th, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. So if you like the game of Spire and you like messy queers trying to stay in their homes, catch that. It's a good show. It is GM'd by our very own Alyssa, and Joe's also a player there. You should check it out. That being said, we're going to continue. After meeting Sunny in their abandoned theater lair, seeing them feed on a quite kind of disgusting YouTuber, urban explorer. We also met Benjamin, who, for some reason, despite being a kindred, has a weaker frame. And has to go to a hospital to mask their feeding. We also met Emily, who does kind of like vigilante justice in their feeding type. They all congregate. It's Ortigas. This is a very upscale corporate neighborhood. There is this place called Metro Walk, which is kind of like a strip mall like area, and behind it is a parking lot. You see by that parking lot a gathering of sorts is happening. It's quite dark, and the only thing illuminating this area, since it is farther from the regular parking lots, are headlights of cars. As you near the headlights, you start to hear music. Very trendy music. As if it's more of a party than a gathering or a meeting. I'm not sure what to take of it. Emily, Lily drops you off. They keep the lights of their car on, facing a bunch of other people. There's about maybe 30 people gathered here. Some sitting on their cars, some chatting. You see one of the group has a kind of a young man with them, and they're feeding on them, just out in this parking lot. Seems that it's far enough that not a lot of mortals come to this area, but you also notice that the person being fed on seems to know what's going on and seems to want this. Kind of a consensualist kind of thing going on. Sunny, Benjamin, how do you guys arrive to this function?
Is there a hot car that we roll up in?
You could. Actually, we can rewind a little bit if you guys wanted to meet before this meeting.
Sure. I'd like to think that Sunny came by.
Yeah.
And I wanted to roll in style over to the place, and Benjamin told Sunny, choose a car.
Let's do a sleek black one.
Got 2 of those. Let's do it.
Okay.
And we'll just roll up in like a nice. I don't know cars, but we pull up in like a nice like Rolls Royce. Is that a car?
Yeah.
Okay. And,
Imports are a thing in the Philippines.
Yes, and I got my go-to driver to take us over there.
Do you have any conversation during the trip there?
I didn't know that the resistance was like there was some kind of slimy kind of people.
Right. I mean, slimy people everywhere, Sonny. But I don't know. The way that lady Minerva, the way she looked at me, it's like she was staring right through me.
They're just kind of judgmental and whatever. Like I know that like the whole point is to seem like everyone's bigger than they actually are, to seem like they can properly fight back against the Camarilla or something, but
This is my first time meeting with more than 2 vampires at a time, Sonny, so you're gonna have to take the lead on this one.
I got it.
I can also do some talking too, don't worry. It's just I'm not sure what to expect. Also, aren't you gonna be freezing in that?
no, okay.
Okay, well I packed extra coats. If you need one, there's some in the trunk.
Okay. Sounds good.
Storyteller, did JJ come with us, or is he still working at the hospital? Did he stay behind?
JJ has a 12-hour shift. They're going to be free around 4 o'clock in the morning, unfortunately.
Okay. And one last thing I'll say to Sunny is she told me I had the blood of a god.
Huh.
But maybe I have no idea what the hell that means. But she's probably just trying to entice me to come over here to find out what the fuck that means. You ever heard of something like that, Sonny?
Not in particular. I know people, depending on their affiliation with the Camarilla, they don't really love to be around me, but not sure if that's a blood of a god thing.
Well, I'm sure we're about to find a lot more in the next hour. And as we exit the car, I'm going to reach into the car and pull out a heavier coat to put over myself. I'm going to wrap myself up in a nice, like, purple scarf that just wraps around twice around my neck. And then I put on earmuffs, like a nice fuzzy ones.
This is Manila, just so Benjamin knows it's hot as fuck here.
I'm a vampire. I'm a lot colder than I used to be.
Okay?
I need it.
I'm just making sure.
It's also night, you know. Yeah.
You arrive in your sleek black Rolls Royce. The gravel crumples underneath the tires. You see a bunch of people just look back at your car. Emily, you've seen this car before, not when you were Kindred, but when you were still hunting. You're familiar and you know that Benjamin is now arriving. You guys exit. You notice each other. Do you guys address each other?
Hey.
Hi! I heard you guys were gonna be here.
Apparently.
Who
So
told you
how
that?
And Emily will just like point to Lily, who's in the car or by the car.
She just like waves over at Benjamin.
Turn away. Don't even acknowledge a hi back.
And then she gestures over to Sunny and like just like points to her head and kind of like gestures, "I love your hair."
Just Sure, I don't know who the fuck that is.
I don't know. How did they approach you? It was like so weird.
Yeah, just kind of judge the way that I carry myself. Came to my house.
Your house?
It's a house.
I don't know, but that's like still like they just went in.
Just came in.
Ugh, that's so rude.
You guys start to, well, as you end your conversation, Sonny, you notice same gentleman that invited you, and kind of gives you a nod and just goes, "All right, everyone." Just claps his hands. You all know why we're here. It's not for me, obviously. It's for this guy, your leader, for the moment. And you see a gentleman with kind of in a tank top, scarred face, kind of square jawed, crew cut. And he just walks up. And you start hearing like, "Oh, it's Gaspar. It's Gaspar," from people. Okay. I'm glad to see that you all came here. Really appreciate the time you took. I'm gonna get to brass tacks here. Our numbers are dwindling. Somehow people are disappearing. Either they're leaving town and turning coat, and or either the worst, right? I need everybody to be on alert. We have a problem. The fucking prince is turning 500 sometime in the next few weeks. Apparently there's this party, and with this party comes a plan to to get rid of all of us. And I don't think I have to convince you all that it's important that we stop this shit. Because first off, we're the locals here. This is our home, and they're visitors here that overextended their visa. We can't let them win. And it's just like people are like, okay. You hear one guy pipe up, but why are we talking to you? Where's Maria? Okay, Maria's a whole different thing. They can't be here tonight. That's why you're talking to me. Don't worry about it. But I need everybody on high alert. Pablo over here has your assignments. I know you guys are from different parts of the city. Everybody needs to be on high alert. Call your people, call your coteries, and make sure that they take care of themselves. We have to take care of each other. And he gives like more of a speech. And at the end of it, people kind of seem a little deflated. All of you, if you want to make a wits and insight roll for me, please.
Absolutely.
I need you guys to get me 3 successes for this.
Do not make that.
I don't either.
I got a bestial failure.
You got a bestial failure. Okay.
Yes.
We're gonna deal with that bestial failure later.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use the reroll that Chris gave me.
Okay.
That was a 3.
Okay.
Thank you, Chris.
Toffee, your with that bestial failure, you're experiencing some paranoia. You're not sure what's going on. Why do they want you? You in particular. Who are you to them? Right? What is your purpose here? You're not sure. Who the fuck are these people? You lost your dad just recently. You're not sure who are these people? Like, why are they? You owe them nothing, basically.
I'd like to look over at other people watching the crowd, and do I see anyone drinking any alcohol, spirits? It's late, so I assume
You
people are drinking too.
You see one guy who's a little flighty in the sense that they look a little tired. You see them holding their neck as if they've been fed on, and they are drinking a beer.
Benjamin's gonna go ahead and give Sunny a slight little tap on the wrist, just to kind of say, "Hey, I'll be right back," and make his way over to this individual, and do the most awkward, like, "Hi,
Hey.
are you drinking that beer?
Yeah, I'm just having
Do
a
you
little
have-
refill.
Do you have another one, or could I take a sip of yours?"
Do you want to take a sip of this, or do you want to take a sip of me?
A sip of your beer.
Your loss. I got a new one if you'd like.
A new beer?
And they take out a beer from a cooler. They open it and they offer it to you.
So is this stuff, like, good, or...
I don't know. Last time I've seen one of you try to gulp that down, you just threw it all up. And they kind of like try to like play with your curl, your tiny little curl.
All right, bye. I'm gonna just turn around real quick. and
You
just
know where to
shuffle off.
find me if you change your mind.
Okay. And I'm gonna scoot up next to Sunny,
Okay. As you
show them the beer.
Okay. As you scoot up to Sunny, with your 3, you notice that people don't necessarily like Gaspar. They know he's useful. You've heard already before that he is capable in what he does. But it's kind of weird that Maria, who's the leader of the resistance, is not there. People are starting to think that something's completely wrong. People are starting to think that the rumors that they have been captured might be true.
And I think Sunny, as just with Emily and Benji around, just kind of thinks to herself, like, blood of a god. Benji, have you heard of the Children of the Mayari yet? Well, I don't know, because you don't really know anything, right?
I'm learning a lot every day, Sunny, but no, I don't believe I know what the Children of the Mayari is.
I don't think I do either.
Okay, so this particular, forgot, this particular branch of the resistance, they reject the Camarilla specifically because they believe that where they came from, the kind of progenitor, the origin is that they have been blessed by the moon goddess. You know, because we in particular, I don't know about you, Emily, specifically. It's not like we came from something and come from something in particular, right?
Mm.
So There's a little bit of tension that I'm feeling about Gaspar. I don't know if it's, yeah.
What are you feeling?
I don't know if it's a security that people are looking as far as Maria goes. I mean, obviously she's the leader or whatever, but she's not a child of Mayari. She has a proper clan and everything. Not really one that has a great story or history in general with us, but I think we should listen to Gaspar.
Even though.
What'd you say?
Oh, didn't other people not seem to trust him?
I'm not loving that we don't know what's going on with Maria, but let's go ask.
Okay.
You guys approach Gaspar, and Gaspar is in hushed tones speaking to who you recognize, Benji, as Minerva. You hear the tail end of their conversation, like, look, we looked everywhere. Can't find her. They probably have her. You need to tell them. And they look around, it's like, oh, guest of honor is here.
Hello.
Hello.
Is everyone here? We're here. What did you need?
Let's follow me. Let's talk over here.
She's with us. And I'm like, Sunny just kind of ropes Emily in on this.
Yeah, she's with us.
Yeah. Cool. He looks around and he leads you behind this van. It's like an old van, kind of like a Scooby-Doo-esque van. He opens the back and kind of like sits there. And you start to notice there's crates in there and there are tarps over it. I'm gonna give this freebie to you, Emily. Those are firearms. It's a lot of firearms. Enough to equip maybe like a small army. Roll me streetwise and intelligence or wits, whichever you want. Whichever is higher for you.
It's that wits. What difficulty?
Difficulty of, I would say 4.
I got 1 success.
Got 1 success. That's completely fine. That, there is a kind of symbol on the box that it comes with. You've remembered that box, like that symbol. You don't know who kind of uses that symbol, but you've seen it before in hunter circles where they probably get their own weapons. If you probably utilize older contacts, you might be able to track down where they got this and either get more or figure out whatever in this case. But just keep that in mind. It might not be important right now, but it might be important later down the road.
Okay.
Gaspar sits down and Minerva just stands next to him. So I really appreciate the 3 of you coming. We sent word to Natalie, but it seems that they're busy tonight, but I have somebody talking to them. Look, we have a big problem. He looks at Minerva. Just say it. I don't know if you're familiar with our leader, Maria. Maybe you, Sunny, might be familiar with them. Being someone who's used to be with the Camarilla, but she's missing. She went on a scouting mission. She brought a few of our people, closely trusted people, and it's been about a week now. We haven't heard from them. And the three of you, people don't associate you with us yet. So I'm coming to you with my tail behind my legs, asking you for help and figuring out where they are. And if you feel the need, or if there's any way that we can convince you to help us in our cause, then maybe we can talk about that down the line. I'm not going to bother you with the details of what the situation is right now. But we really need your help.
So it's true from what I'm getting from outside. You can't be a replacement for Maria?
No. I do
That's a
one
shame.
thing, and I do one thing good, and that thing only. I kill. That's it.
Well, it's good to know your strengths.
Yeah.
And what do we get in return if we help you find her alive?
Well, we would love for you to find her alive. That way, we can probably end this thing with the Camarilla and get rid of them for good. What we can offer you is, for one, points over to Emily, community. Someone to accept you, even though in the past we might have judged you harshly. Or we can get you revenge, and points over to you, Sunny. Because we're planning to eradicate all of them. And someone close to you might be on the chopping block. And maybe a cure for you.
For me.
I don't understand what the deal was when you were embraced. Whether the promise was you would be rid of whatever was ailing you. I feel like that was the case, but something else might be happening. Because this, not saying that it shouldn't be, but this normally doesn't happen.
Everyone in the space notices that Benji is sort of... He usually has one hand on his cane, but he kind of needs to put a second hand right now for support as he's in deep thought. And if she's dead, what then? Because I'm sorry, Gaspar, but when people go missing for over a week, usually they...
Yes.
And if she's cavorting with the Camarilla again, potentially.
Well, then we need somebody with the good enough charisma, the know-it-all, the political know-it-all, to keep people together. And looks at Benji.
You want me to do what you can't do?
I need a mouthpiece. Yes, I do. Minerva here is great, but short-tempered.
Yes, she does.
I'm gonna sit down on one of the crates, put my cane over at Minerva. What do you think, miss? I'm good enough to be a leader of this whole rebel group?
We've been watching you even before you returned. There's no... And she looks at Gaspar. Fuck it. There's a reason why somebody offered you the chance at immortality. Chance of godhood. Because someone close to you was closely related to the Camarilla. And we thought maybe you could have talked him out of it. But then he died. So we technically are just cashing in our investment.
You know it's still messy with my father gone.
Oh, we know.
I'm sure you know all about that, and everyone in the Philippines knows about it.
Yes.
Vampires or not.
Well,
people don't know about me yet. You know this, right?
Mm-hmm. And we'd like to keep it that way. Unless you want to go public, then by all means.
No, it's not the time. It's definitely not the time. But okay, sure, I'll play along with your little game. Two birds with one stone, as they say. We'll go ahead and find your leader.
Great.
She's probably alive. I'm sorry for being such a Debbie Downer. She seems like she can take care of herself.
Well, the way that you're reacting now, you're better off if she is.
What are you meaning by that?
Like I said, we need a mouthpiece.
Mouthpiece, puppet, whatever you want to call it.
Mm.
Sure, I can do whatever you guys want as long as I get what I want to.
Sure. Oh, and they look past you. Here's the so-called cure as we speak. You look behind you, and there is a woman. Long, dark, curly hair. And a flowy attire. Flanked by a gentleman in a kind of like a button-down short sleeves shirt, linen pants, and they walk over. Is this him? Benjamin?
Mabuhay.
I hope you're having a wonderful evening. And she kind of puts her hand on your shoulder, kind of squeezing it.
I'm gonna...
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. As you pipe up, Sonny, the gentleman with them silently is smoking a cigarette, kind of steps in front of them subconsciously. I'm just trying to see what I'm working with. This is unheard of. Special cases. We don't normally see people, well, Kindred, carry over their affliction from their days as kind. So I'm wondering what this possibly is.
I have no idea. I mean, afflictions aren't just a physical thing, you know? I'm sure, Sonny, you carry some things when all those years ago, and Emily, I mean, you have something too? What? So I'm sorry. What are you gonna do to me?
Well, we'll try to figure things out, and we want to give you a choice whether to continue with whatever's affecting you, or, if it's possible, to remove it.
Yeah, I'd like to remove it if possible. My sire told me that it was all gonna go away just like that. And, I want to be strong like Emily here. I want to be strong like Sonny here. Like all of you. Sure, I want... Yeah. This thing, as I hold up my cane, I don't want this.
It's reasonable. If I may, looks to Sunny. I just want to see beyond what's going on. Can I hold your hand?
Sure. Sorry, I have a lot of coats on. I'm going to remove one coat. That's like, I might have like floppy sleeves. The second coat.
And as you take your time, Emily, you get a tap on your shoulder.
I'll turn around.
It's Gaspar. We appreciate you coming. I know that our people have not quite treated you the way that you should have been.
To be fair, I maybe didn't treat you guys the way that I should have.
No. Honestly, I understand it. Everybody has a reason why they do what they do. Every hunter, mage has a reason why they do what they do. And you hunting us, whatever that was valid. We just retaliated, we just defended ourselves, but what that son of a bitch did to you was cruel and unfair.
Yeah, it did pretty much take everything I had. It wasn't a lot.
I can't offer you much. What I can offer you is a place to be, and that's what we're fighting for right now.
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of the Camarilla either, so it doesn't take a whole lot to convince me to join this resistance.
Yeah. Well, that's why we need you. It's your expertise. And you with Sunny and Benji. Not to mention that we're awaiting one more person to help you out. Would give us a greater chance, honestly.
And it seems like Maria means a lot to this movement.
They do. It's funny how someone outside of our sect, our beliefs, made such an effect. I'll leave this. Yes.
Oh.
No. Go ahead.
Sunny mentioned that she may have gone back to the Camarilla. Is that a concern we should be putting any weight into?
I'm not going to lie to you. It had crossed my mind. Not that they would, but some of these Camarilla fucks are crafty. mind things,
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I know.
it could be held against their will. We don't know. So I'm going to give you this. And they procure this envelope. Like, not envelope, like a folder.
Mm-hmm.
They give it to you. It's all you need. The last known whereabouts, safe houses. It's all I can give you. I'm giving this to you because I would have thought that you would understand what to do with it.
Yeah, I can take a look. I can see what I can get out of this.
Fantastic. Sunny, while this is going on, are you doing anything in particular?
As the woman is reaching over to touch Benji, Sunny's very protective nature over Benji kind of begins to take a more dramatic effect, and I would like to make a rouse check to get my feral weapons out, essentially just making my fingernails turn into claws.
Okay.
And I want the woman to watch me as I do it, and then just sort of smile again and say, just in case.
Make your rouse check, please.
I succeed.
Okay. As you do that, she smiles and she looks over to her companion. This man looks at you through glasses as well. His golden eyes just look at you. And he smokes his cigarette, and you feel it's a hot, humid night, but you feel heat emit from him. The same goes for her. And she says, cute. But I will promise you I won't hurt your boss. She holds out her hand. Please.
Sonny, don't worry. If they wanted to kill me or do whatever, they would have done it already. And I place my hand into theirs.
They hold your hand, and you see their brow furrow. Their fangs kind of not grow, but they kind of lip the tip of their fangs, and then the emotion subsides. Someone's getting hungrier. And they look through, they gesture. They rub the back of your palm, the back of your hand, in a circular motion, and it's like they're tracing something. Huh. I can't see anything.
What are you looking for?
A curse, a contagion, some form of a malady in your blood. Can't see it. Roll me wits and insight, please, Benji. Sunny, since you're watching this too. Emily, if you want to as well.
Wits and insights.
Sorry, wits and insight?
Yep. It is, I need you guys to get a 3.
I got a 2.
got a 1.
I'm using willpower.
Okay.
I'd like to think that during that, as she says that there's no contagion in me, Benjamin sort of like locks eyes or just looks over at Sunny and is just like, thinks to himself, maybe my blood isn't bad after all.
Sunny, did you get the 3?
No, 2.
No. Something's off. You kind of believe what they say, but you're not sure whether or not, like, you can't trust this person. You just met them. You don't even know their name yet. Haven't introduced themselves. I'll keep in touch. She lets go of your hand. If we find anything, we'll let you know.
Thank you.
What are your credentials?
Sunny.
Uh,
Sure, what are your credentials?
Minerva
Are you,
laughs. Minerva laughs. This is the most well-known Mambabarang in the city. This is Diana. She was probably sired even before you, and we don't even know where she comes from. Any maladies, any curses, any form of magic, she can negate, she can cure, she can create. And Diana says, please, I'm not here to gloat. I'm here to do work.
And so I'm just the special rare case that somehow you, the most skilled person in all of this, can't diagnose.
Yet.
No, yet.
Things take time.
Things take time. All right.
She gestures to Gaspar. You know where to find me whenever you need. And she gestures over to her assistant. He takes out like a card and hands it over to you, Sunny, and looks at your claws and says, cute.
I would love to really try to intimidate this person.
Sure. Charisma and intimidation, please. Difficulty of, I think, 4.
I want to also sort of. I'm channeling the Mark of Cain. That doesn't give like me a specific thing, but that is the sort of power that I want to exude right now.
Sure. Use the dots of the Mark of Cain as well, and use the dots for your Protean as well.
All the while, I'm going to go over to Emily and be like, I brought too many coats. It's very heavy on me. Do you want to, is it cold for you? Do you want a coat? I'm
not
No?
cold, but I can hold some for you if you want.
Okay, because I'm wearing like about 8 pounds of wool right now.
Yeah, I noticed. I didn't want to say anything. It seems a little, like, are you cold?
Yeah. Here, can you just take this one? Just hold it. I don't know. Wear it. I don't care. Okay.
I'll
I'm gonna
just
go sit
drape
down.
it around my shoulders.
That is 8 successes.
8 successes. He laughs, but you see his mouth is smiling, but his eyes say, if I need to, I'm gonna fucking blow this fucking place. He's still holding out the card for you. There's a little
Thanks.
shake in his hand, And he flicks his cigarette and he just like storms out. He storms off. I'm sorry, Diana says. He's new. He's just visiting. But please, I'll if you need to contact me, that is my information. I am so sorry that I can't help you right now. But maybe after a little bit of reading that I can figure things out.
Pass the card over to Benji.
Puts it into my suit, coat, jacket, pocket thing.
Okay. Diana leaves. As far as like, the night is young. If you want to stay for the festivities, you want to go start working now. If you need supplies, we have a limited amount of funds. I assume that one of you can cover some funds, but
Right. We can. Gaspar, before we go, or at least I'll be departing soon, maybe. Just paraphrase, just 1 second, like one sentence, like, what exactly are we doing for you again? We're just finding Maria, dead or alive, and that's it for you, or what?
find Maria and consider my offer of being a part
Right.
of us.
Right. Right. Great. You know, as I point to the other two behind me, I'm sure they could do an excellent job as well. I'm just a sick hospital kid. There's only so much that I can do.
I don't think you understand the effect you have on certain people based on your lineage and your family history.
My lineage. Okay, sure. I guess I'll just have to see and find out. So should I just keep it quiet for now? Like, hey, I'm Adriano's son, or should I just not say anything like that? Or
Well, as much as possible, we keep the rest of you quiet so that the Camarilla don't know to come poking around or around you or put you in danger.
all right, sounds dangerous. I like it. Festivities. I think that's what we're gonna do now. Emily, you like festivities? I know Sunny does.
Yeah, I could get festive.
Yeah, I mean, I've been holding this beer and it's already getting kind of warm.
Can you drink beer?
I can you drink beer? You look younger than me.
I no, not an age thing, like a physical
Oh.
thing.
Yeah, I can drink beer.
Oh.
I don't
Wait,
know if
let
I'm
me
going
try.
to.
Emily just takes it and takes a swig.
Okay. Emily, do you have the merit of eat food?
No.
Okay. You drink it. It tastes sour and rancid. And you have the compulsion to just spit it out.
I do.
Pretty strong, I'm assuming.
Pretty nasty. How long has that beer been open?
10 minutes. I got it from a guy in the thing. I've never drank beer before. It looked cool in the movies.
Even before you got turned?
It looked cool in the movies, like I said. No, I have never tried beer.
I mean, usually it tastes better than that. I wouldn't
you
try it now.
Do you want the rest, or do you?
No, pass. Thank you.
Sonny,
I don't.
dude.
Sure.
Sonny, do you have the? Does anyone have the eat food?
No.
I do.
Okay,
I do.
cool.
But I'm gonna try and power through it.
Okay. Okay. If you're gonna try to power through it, roll me a rouse check to see if you can do the blush of life. Hold it down.
Yes, I succeed.
Okay.
Fab,
hold it
it's that red horse Filipino beer.
Ugh, oh my
Super-
god. That just
Super bitter.
Yep, it's very bitter. You see that the horse is smiling on the bottle.
That's what gives me the strength to pull through
Yeah.
and finish my boss's beer.
You know you'll have to like expel that later, but you can handle it until you have a moment to yourself.
Wow, fucking awful.
Yeah.
Did you save me a sip?
I'll get you another one. I'll get you a cold one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
Wendell has a lot of them.
All right, Gaspar. How are we going to be in contact? Because are you just going to find us? You're going to just pop in through our windows from time to time, or?
Minerva takes out their phone and has you dial your number.
Trying to decide right now if Benjamin has a phone. He does. I'm gonna go ahead and put in my number. Sonny, Emily.
Yeah.
It's a BlackBerry.
There are no Blackberries in the Philippines.
Oh, there's
They
no.
were-
Oh,
yeah.
dang.
I can be contacted by a payphone in front of an abandoned building.
We'll
Here's the
just
number.
send a person. It's easier
Emily's
that
got
way.
a flip phone.
So you guys all exchanged them. What do you guys do? Do you guys stay at the festivities? Do you guys head back to your homes? Do you guys do anything within your day? The night is still early. You have about maybe 6 hours more of moonlight.
Hey, Sonny.
Yeah.
Gaspar gave me this file. Could I come look at it at your place?
Yeah. Everybody, come over.
Cool. We don't have to leave yet. It's just, when we decide to. Or whenever you decide to.
You guys head over to Sunny's place. Takes a while. Yes.
I want us to park in my hoard room. So it's like where it's all the cameras and like the new shit that I got from the vlogger and the ghost reading stuff.
So as the driver goes around, you had to go out to open the gate that is rusted, move it open so they can access like the parking lot, the spiral parking lot going up. You guys get to your haven. So
And it's just this glorious, seemingly like blasphemous Catholic altar here with all the stolen things that I have.
all right. So what do you guys do? Oh, you're
I
here.
pull up like a foldable table. That's like disgusting, but functional.
So
Let's open this folder.
Yeah, it took you about an hour to get there, so about 5 hours of moonlight still. So the night's still long.
I start looking through the folder.
Okay. This is more like an info dump right now. So what you do notice is there is a flyer there for a school a school competition for gospel choirs. So the church is sponsoring a gospel choir contest, and is the winner gets a cash prize, and is also planning to have the winners perform at the Archbishop's birthday. Archbishop, the Archbishop Emilio Garcia, is the prince. You all know this for various reasons from your research as a hunter, Emily. Sunny, from your experience meeting him before. And Benji, I assume, from Sunny's stories of their time in the Camarilla. You also know that the reason for this is so they can have a feast on the winners. These winners are supposedly the main course for their celebration. You know that the last known whereabouts of Maria is in Makati, which is around the area, closer to the area where you, Emily, fed on that guy. It's about like a neighborhood over from that bar that you were at. Roughly around the I just need the address. Let me just check my notes real quick. Locations. It's going to be at the RCBC Plaza, where what you know is Herrera Holdings. That's where Herrera Holdings is, which is the Kindred's treasurer. It's their business. It's their house of business. So Pablo Herrera might be a person of interest. There's a picture there of a suave-looking, middle-aged man, like about like late 40s, sweep-back hair, like very Western features. You see he's coming out of like an SUV. He wears like expensive clothes. And I need Sunny. I need you to roll me a wits and awareness or investigate. Wits and awareness or wits and investigation, whichever is higher for you.
That's 3 successes.
3 successes. Perfect. You notice that the make and model of their watch is similar to Pablo's. Or Pedro. Yes, Pedro. The guy who invited you.
Yeah.
Emily, I need you to roll me a intelligence and either academics or investigation, please.
What's the difficulty?
The difficulty is 3.
I got 3 successes.
Fantastic.
Nice.
What you find is... So, there is a kindred named Mercy, who you're familiar with, who may be the reason why you're in your predicament right now. The person who sired you out of spite. They're involved. You see that they are suspected to be a double agent for Pablo Herrera, as he was seen meeting. And they gave you his known whereabouts as well, which is not far from Sunny's haven. They're all the way in Katipunan, which is about a 30 to 40-minute drive away. They
So
say
Pablo's nearby?
no. Mercy is.
Mercy's nearby.
Yep. And you get like the regular sightings, timestamps of where they were. Known associates. Basically just Pablo Herrera. You have Isabella Villanueva is the known scourge, and they are also involved. Their files are also in there. You know that they are La Sombra. Pablo is a Ventru. And lastly, you I would say Emily, you run across this, but I think Sunny would also see this. Their sheriff, their new sheriff, is a Bea Gattuso, who is closely connected to the La Sombra Primogen, the acting La Sombra Primogen, who is Na Sung-hoon. And they are key players to the security of the prince right now. So this is the information in that docket. I'm just gonna ask. I'm gonna ask you guys real quick if you do anything for the rest of the night, and then we're gonna segue to our closing scene.
I want to watch Benji try a beer.
Okay.
Why?
If he wants to. I'm
yes, I
fascinated.
mean, I have two. I have. I'm so. It just seems so lame. It looks so cool in the movies. That smoking, just everything. It just.
I mean, I don't.
And now,
blame you.
like, and yeah, just I. The doctor said I can't do any of that stuff, and
But what about now?
I guess I'm just putting that own restriction on myself. I don't know.
Have you had human food since?
Yeah. I mean, nurses, they bring me like a light little snack, egg salad and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I eat.
Emily, do you miss food?
Yeah.
I can help with that. I have some friends who can give us some stuff to digest food.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what? Like lactate pills? Like what?
Do you know those Yakults?
Yes. Yes, I know of you. Yeah, yes, I know of you Colts. They taste really good. Yes.
I got you.
That's
That's actually my boba order. I get a strawberry Yakult. Anyway. Yeah, sure, I can drink it, but like we're not at the party anymore and it just feels kind of weird. It feels kind of sad.
It's not sad. We're just hanging out, doing some research, having
Okay,
a beer. I would have a beer if
sure.
I could, but
Sure. I mean, I hold up one of the Red Horse bottles and Fabs, even though they're usually like the simple thing. This one has a I need a bottle opener, and so I'm just gonna be like, I don't know how he did it. He like put it up against the wall. It was crazy. I had no idea how he opened this.
it's pretty tough if you don't have a bottle opener.
Sunny just does it like with her hand.
Yep.
Sunny's
with-
just the coolest
Holy sh-
person.
Like a free one, like you use your feral, like a small claw, and you open it.
Sunny, you're like the coolest person I've ever met.
I like you so much.
I like you so much.
And with that, we're going to fast forward a day. So you drink
Emily
your
will cheer.
beer. Yep. You guys cheers. You drink your beer. We're gonna fast forward by a day. Benji, you're at your house. You just woke. A few minutes later, somebody says you have a visitor. You have a guest.
Tell them I'll be out in just a few minutes. I wake up. I throw a decent shirt on, not a dress shirt, just like I put on some trousers, and I grab my cane and make my way over to the front door. Then I open it.
It's the front door. Well, it's not to the front door. They lead you to the study of the house.
I see. Okay.
And looking at your photos with your father, looking at like awards, pictures with politicians, turn to you, and it is a well-dressed gentleman. Very Western features. Has a butt chin. They have brunette hair. Says, Mr. Suarez, lovely to meet you. My name is Antonio Calderon, and I am here to make you an offer.
Gonna glance back into my hallway to see if my attendant is anywhere nearby, but
You see a maid like cleaning up.
I'm gonna gaze at the clock that's like above his head. What time is it right now?
Time is it? It's like around 8
Yeah.
o'clock p.m.
Just there in the doorway, just weakly holding onto my cane. Sure, if you came here this early, by any means. Well, I'm not fully awake yet. What is your offer?
Well, he gestures, and kind of like the door kind of moves and shuts. I'm here on behalf of your father's old business partners. We want to bring you to the fold. Do you mind if I sit?
So you know about me. Feel free to sit.
He sits down, crosses his legs. I heard what happened. We had an inkling. Your father was worried. Asked us what more could have been wrong. We looked into it. We hid it from him, of course. We thought we might be able to use it to our advantage later on. Fortunately, your father is sadly not here anymore. But even more unfortunately, he does have unfinished business.
And you're referring to?
Well, he made things easy for us. We gave him all of this, the capital, the power, and all he had to do was keep eyes off of us. Unfortunately, some politicians are asking. You know how it is. Local politicians don't know how to separate church and state, so they pry and ask more questions. So, I want to offer you a position within our fold. I'm a member of a very prestigious, very exclusive club, you see. call ourselves the Camarilla. If you join us, you will find yourself in a seat of power, keeping your lavish lifestyle and ruling above those others lesser than us. Despite knowing what you are, we can keep that secret.
So, you had your hooks in my father, and you want to put your hooks in me.
If you put it that way, it's a little aggressive, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it, yes.
I hated my father. I hope you know that.
Trust me, I hated the man too, but my superiors thought it would be an ideal situation to work with him. And despite me hating your father, he did prove quite useful.
But why me? Why the bastard son?
Because
You know-
we've spent money for an investment. We need returns for what we've put in. We can fool another sappy, evangelical politician quite easy. But it's the principle.
And you don't want to do the same for his actual son, the one that matters,
Well, the one
for
that
Adriana II.
well, the one that matters isn't one of us.
No. I haven't even said yes, my friend.
Well, let's put it this way. Your father wanted the same thing. They wanted our power, our longevity. In order to pass it to you, if we go with the son, then what we get is another person that will demand them to be let in. With you, we skip the step, and we get what we see. So it's just easier this way.
And if I refuse?
Well, first off, and he's looking around, you can say goodbye to this lovely home. Because, if nobody's funding your lifestyle, then how can you keep it? Another is, I don't know, maybe losing one of your pets. Not the closest one that we can see right here, as you notice that Mango is around. We know of your little toy in Cubao. Or, I should say, colleague, entourage, whatever. You know you're the only reason why they're alive, right?
Yes. I've kept them around because they're useful to me. And I hated my father, but I was so jealous at the same time. Every morning I would wake up in those hospital beds, my friend, and I would look and turn on the news and see his face plastered on that TV. Everyone was in love with him. No one knew who I was.
And they lean in and hold on to the armrests of your chair. You can have all of that and more with us. Maybe not publicly, but you'll be adored. You'd be loved. You'd have power. Just think about it. And he steps back. Takes out an envelope. We have a little get-together in a few weeks. You're invited. You're important enough. You want to bring your little lackey, whatever they are, feel free to do so. But we expect an answer by then.
You'll have it. I'll be bringing others too, I think. It's not just a lackey. It's my whole security team, if you want to call it that, to give it a more official name.
Hey, it's fine. Self-preservation is
They are
something.
my advisors. Okay.
Self-preservation is very important to people like us, who are kind. I understand.
Thank you so much for visiting. Your name again?
Antonio Cardenal. And he slyly walks back to a kind of like a cabinet with all the photos and trophies. And a dark shadow presents itself behind him. And a face, a pale female face comes out. And he steps in. Disappears.
As he leaves, the camera kind of shows like the white knuckles of Benji's grip on his cane begin to sort of loosen up. As he immediately begins to sit down because he just suddenly felt so exhausted. And he's just gonna mutter to himself, "What the hell am I getting myself into?"
With that, we are going to end our session. Next week, we will have a full party. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been Madness Over Manila. This is our premiere episode. Thank you for being here. My pits are sweaty from nervousness. Hopefully you guys had fun and were entertained. Again, this is a 10 episode series with 2 parts. First part is what you're seeing right now with our Kindred, and next part will be with our hunters. Let me introduce my wonderful, talented cast that I couldn't do this without. Let's start with Erica. Who are you? Where can they find you? And do you have anything to plug?
Yes. Again, I am Erica. You can find me across all social media at @AStylePixie. And I played Emily Bautista, a very fledgling vampire emo kid. And you can find me on Sundays on twitch.tv/Aaron Gray, AHREN. Oh no, Aaron Graves. AHREN Graves. And for a horror D&D session set in 2014, which is very fun. You can find me Thursdays at twitch.tv The Real Gobshite for a Pathfinder game where I play a Goron oracle who's like a little plant person. So if you follow me on Twitter or join my Discord, you will get updates on all of those.
Fantastic. Joe.
Hello, everybody. I'm Josephine at Scary Dog Friend. I was Sunny. As far as what we're doing, Fabs and I will be on the Nameless Domain for a 2-shot for the spooky season, playing The Curse of the House of Rockwood, which is an indie game by Nerdy Pup Games, where you play as a family of a cursed bloodline. Fabs will be playing a married couple with our friend Darby, and Darby and Aki will be playing as a set of twins. And it's a whole thing of like, wow, my sister married somebody and left me behind. So we'll be having a fun time exploring an Asian family of married in blood, dealing with their curses and real life problems, all the fun stuff. Very scary, very Halloween for sure. Like I said, I'm a producer over at Nameless Domain as well as Bad House RPG. You can find me doing lots of stuff and more to come. I am on Start Playing Games. I have some Bluebeard's Brides one-shots open and available for anyone that has ever wanted to play Bluebeard's Bride, and I'm just around and doing stuff. That's me.
Toffee.
What up, guys? I'm Toffee. Real name is Reedon. I had the privilege of playing Benji Suarez tonight. You can find me over at Twitter at Toffee Plays. And only thing I really got to plug right now is that me and my girlfriend Vicky, we do a Filipino American couples podcast. It's called Bahala Ka, and we just talk about whatever we want, whenever we want. So that's what I got to plug right now.
And I have been Fabian, your storyteller. Just like Joe said, you can find me at Nameless Domain this Thursday, playing a watchmaker and with his wife. And excitingly, on Saturday, you can find me over at the Stella Luna's channel, playing Old Man Yowie with our buddy Kendo in a game of Orbital Blues. So yeah, again, join us again next week, where we'll finally have Alyssa. We're gonna meet their character as well. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys soon. Thank you.